Well, hello to everybody and welcome, to my channel. My name is Charles Richard, and I want to thank you for coming on here. If it is the very first time, thank you and welcome. All right, I have not done a video for quite some time. I'm not a content creator that creates content for money because none of my videos are actually monetized. All right, so I want to get that out of the way. Okay, first of all. Second of all, my channel usually a lot of it has to do with camera gear. Like I've talked a lot about this camera here, which you guys seen on all my other videos. So if you want to see anything dealing with this camera, just look at some of the previous videos, and you'll be able to see that, and that'll be, give you an idea of some of the content that I create. But on the other hand, some of the other content that I create is about Orlando. I've been here in Orlando for 60 years, a little over 60 years. As a matter of fact, I've been coming to the park since October 1st, 1971, which was the day that Magic Kingdom actually opened. Yes, I was there at Magic Kingdom that day it opened. And so, with that said, I think that there is a sort of, I want to say creativeness, right? That brings some real truth to somebody that has actually lived out, the experience of being here while the parks have been developing and growing and all sort of things. But with that said, I'm going to tell you something, I love him to death because I think that he is probably the best source here in Orlando that can get to you the proper information, because there are other content creators, but not all of them actually live here in Orlando, and the ones that do live here in Orlando have not been here long enough to be able to see what has actually happened throughout the growth of the parks, because number one, they're not old enough. Number two, they're just recently moved down here, maybe a couple of years or 3 years, and although their content is good, it is not one of those contents because they have lived or experienced the changes while being here in Orlando. But with that said, I think that one of the content creators, and I want to make this clear and clarified to you folks, he doesn't even know that I'm creating this, or that I'm even talking about him. He's not paid me in any way, short or form, I want to say, right? But anyways, the channel that I really highly recommend is one that is made by him and his wife, is PCDev. He actually is also a travel agent, all right, one that actually lives in Orlando and is constantly going to the parks and knows what's going on up to a certain extent, right? But here's and his opinion is very valid. All right, his opinion is 100% very valid into what he is saying. But as somebody that has been here, all right, since decades and ages, and all sort of things, right? I want to tell you, that the changes that are happening right now in Orlando are very crucial for the survival and the existence of Disney World as to what it used to be. Right? Disney World, the cahoons, I call them cahoons, and those, when I say cahoons, I'm talking about the ones that make decisions, as to what changes or what things are going to be evolving and developing for the Disney World Corporation. It's a kind of like a toss-up, right? And I think most of it is poor decisions, that's I'm not gonna bash on Disney, because Disney is one of my favorite parks. It still is my favorite park. With that and Universal, both of them have its merits. But here's what I think, that's going on, and where Disney has really screwed up, all right? And pointing it right down blunt, all right? Disney screw-ups come up with the fact that, the mind concept of how Universal is approaching things. It's not a concept of where we take an attraction, we close it, and we revamp it, all right, into something that we believe is more modern, more current, to make use of that particular space, right? That is what Disney is doing. All right. Universal's approach is now, I believe, is one that if we want to bring more people in, we're not going to take something that is already existing. We're going to expand, and the expansion that they're doing with Epic World, which is much larger than both parts combined, is a right concept to where and when it comes to being able to bring more people in. Disney, on the other hand, is not doing that. Disney, on the other hand, for example, has taken, I don't know, Thunder Mountain, it's converting it into something else. It's taking Tom Sawyer Island, it's converting it into something else, Huge mistake, all right? Why is it a huge mistake? Because one thing that Disney has been doing, and maybe they have not realized it, is they have been taking away more and more of what was original Disney, the concept of Disney. The Disney that was created by Walt Disney and his brother Roy. Once you take that away, all right, you're taking what Disney really is, all right? And so I believe that the biggest mistake they have been doing gradually, little bit at a time, from the time that they started when they took away 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea to, I don't know, Tom Sawyer now, and everything that was created by Walt Disney is no longer there. So in other words, you're taking away from the credibility of the founder of Disney a little bit at a time, all right? Because you just are not thinking correctly, okay? And I think that you are not giving the proper respect, all right, of the true founder of Walt Disney, all right, which is the original creator of Disney, all right? And so with that said, let me show you how it works, all right? Let me show you how it works. I'm going to put this as an example. And here is the most perfect example, all right? You just released Snow White. What a big flop, okay? A humongous flop, okay? Do you know why it's a flop? It is because you yourself took the storyline, the original storyline, and revamped it into something that is not what Disney created. It was not something what Walt Disney created. And so that is one of the main characters, or the main the main points, or the main reasons, okay, why it flopped so bad. All right, plus the fact that you chose the wrong person, in my opinion, to play Snow White. And that is not only my own opinion, that is a whole lot of people's opinion, because your numbers, all right, at the box office is showing that. All right, so it's not, me as one person is not going to make a difference. But when those numbers show in big numbers at the box office, that's a real rude wakening up for you cahoons that are doing those crazy decisions and not respecting what was created by the original creator. And the same way that Snow White has flopped is the same way that Disney is beginning to flop. And so if Disney cahoons doesn't do something quickly to fix it, all right, it's going to become a flop just like Snow White did. I give Disney World maybe 3 to 5 years before you start seeing the numbers of Universal way surpass, okay, that of Disney. And again, I'm not bashing Disney. I love Disney, all right? I love Disney. I grew up with Disney. I want Disney to be just as good as Universal. I'm not bashing either one of them. I'm just giving you solutions from somebody that's been coming to your park from 1971, and furthermore, somebody that's been living here in Orlando since 1962, 63, somewhere around there. So I know, okay, I know what has been going on here in Orlando because I've been here that long, right? And so with that said, I hope that Disney begins to make proper decisions. Another thing, all right, Disney takes too long to bring things back. Dev actually made a comment about bringing some stuff back, like the transportation between the airport and the resorts, which was great. It is great, Universal's been doing it. But why did you take so long to bring it back? All right? Do you have to get a slap in the face or to find out that Epic World is opening up, all right, to start moving your butts to be able to bring stuff back? That is stupid, terribly dumb. Okay, how long does it need you, or how long does it take you to get a rude awakening? All right, and by the time you get that rude awakening, guess what? It might just be too late. All right, and that is exactly, all right, what's happening with the caboose that are running Disney right now. Their decisions are coming a little bit too late, all right, and they're taking too long to be able to make these very, important decisions that will make the difference as to whether Disney World is going to survive or not. All right, and so with that said, it's sad to see how Disney has been little by little, becoming less popular, becoming a less wanted park to go to. All right, because of all these things. It's because of all these things. With that said, I still think there's hope. Okay, I still think there's hope, and I still think there's a solution. Now, if you are in the Orlando area, I am a content creator that I create this content, all right, because I create it because I like to create and I like to say things when something needs to be said. But with that said, if you are trying to plan a trip down here to the Orlando area, the best way that you're going to be able to plan something here in the Orlando area, because there's so many changes happening very fast out here in the Orlando area, is to find somebody that is local, that knows the changes that are happening here, while they're happening. And with that, I do highly recommend PCDev. PCDev also has a travel agency. He can help you because he is current as to the things that are going on, and not only the things in the parks, but the things as well as your hotels, your places to go out and eat, and and that sort of stuff. I do also bring out a lot of content as far as places that I highly recommend for you to go, for you to eat, besides just that of the park. So between my videos, which are not many, and his videos, which are a lot, you're going to get a real good feel as to what Orlando has to offer that is current, all right, and that is not something that was created a while back. So anyways, with that said, if you haven't subscribed, I ask you that please subscribe. I don't have a whole lot of subscribers because I don't do this for a living, but it does help. It does help, and I hope that I can get a little bit more subscribers, so that this YouTube can push some of this content a little bit better. But it's good if if you do like this type of content, by all means, please subscribe. And if you have any comments, please leave your comments down on the comment section. I do respond to the comments. I wanna hear your opinion, your actual opinion as to what you think is going on between Disney and Universal. I want to hear your opinions as to what you think Disney should do to be able to bring back the hype and that good feeling and that great feeling of what Disney used to be. And I want to hear also your opinions about Epic World opening up. I think it's great. It's awesome. It's something more for Orlando. And with that said, do subscribe. Do subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit up PCDev in his channel. I'll leave his link down in the description section, so that if you do want to hit him up, you're able to hit him up and book your travel experiences and your plans. They can help you out quite a bit. With that said, I'm Charles Richard. Thank you so much for joining me. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.